So today on Clint Atelier, we're going to go over this painting again. Going to, yeah, there we go. We're going to do another wash so we can get some more tonal variations. And I can render out some more of the shapes that I want to get represented in this. Yesterday I was thinking I was going to jump into the colors today. But I think it will be much more beneficial to go over this with more tonal variations first and then do the colors tomorrow. So it's going to be a short session today. Not as long as normal, not 3 hours. So we'll do a short session and do some more tonal variations on this painting. So don't mind me while I'm eating. I'm going to try to get this knocked out. So once again, I'm using a burnt umber. It's reason why we use umbers is because they're a natural pigment and they tend to dry a lot quicker. So we'll use this for the underpainting. Yeah, pizza, breakfast of champions. You know it. It's actually my late dinner. I'll be getting some sleep here in a little bit, but doing a wash on this real quick before I get some sleep using burnt umber and odorless mineral spirits. And I already put a thin coat of linseed oil down to help it flow on. Trying to get some more tonal variations. It'll either mess it up or not mess it up. I haven't ever tried to do 2 washes on top of each other, so we'll see how it turns out. There's a chance that the odorless mineral spirits will interact with the layer since I only let it dry overnight. It might start wiping away what I already did, but we'll see. We'll experiment together. Give it the good old college try. So I changed my orientation of my windows here in OBS broadcasting software. Try to get a wider view. Yesterday I kept finding myself painting off of frame. I don't see what I was painting. So tried to rectify that today. Breakfast of champions. I already made a mess. Okay, get to work. Get to work, Clint. Fine. Speaking of work, I have great opportunities at my work right now. Be able to establish more leadership. Yeah, that's my uniform. That's right. Have an opportunity to work with the kids more during the day and take on some more leadership roles during the night. So that's exciting. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, that works.
Crystalline art. That. Oh, that sounds awesome. Congrats, bottle with popping cork.
Yeah, yeah. Not official yet, but I go in for a meeting at 1 o'clock to lock it all down. So we will see, and then we will celebrate in studio.
Which growth Discord. Welcome to my channel.
What have you been working on lately? Man, I am covered in paint. 1930s.
Crystalline art. That. The 1930s colonial house I just saw 2 weeks ago. Full sweat smile. Most
Oh my god.
the old varnished silver gas lamps.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Sounds exciting. Congratulations on your purchase. Whoa. So I'm using, what is this software? What is it called? Using this little software that gets my reference photos of this hospital all in one spot. Hmm. Why'd I choose the hospital? My computer is running a little slow for some odd reason. So why'd I choose the hospital? Because they're doing a lot of great things there, and they're helping people. They're doing some gene therapy stuff, helping people get out of pain. I just really like what they're doing. It really aligns with what I what I hold very valuable in life.
Why did you choose the hospital? Crystalline art. Said.
Great answer.
Rude answer.
Just trying to get my reference photos up here. My computer's limping along today. I think running the hardware at its max capacity has gotten to it. We'll need to upgrade soon. Yeah, I try to work on pieces that really align with things that I'm working on or things that I find important.
Crystalline art. Oof. Sounds like it will be worth it.
Should be. It should be. That's the that's the hope. I'm sure it will. Yeah, I'm a sucker for purposeful work. Sucker in the way in certain ways, like where I'm working at the facility I've been working at for the past 4 years. Very perfect purposeful work. I feel like while I'm working there, I'm not wasting my time. I feel like the work that I do there really matters. Um, Kids are the future, right? Um, I mean, it doesn't really pay. That's the setback when you're trying to pursue things that matter. Unfortunately, seems to be the way it is. But my time is spent well, I think.
Kinda caution. Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to the channel. I'm just trying to get some more tonal variation in this hospital painting. Get a little bit more three-dimensional form going as a roadmap for the colors when I start laying them down.
Crystalline art. Said. Sounds like it is rewarding enough to make up for the lack of pay.
Yeah, I think so. Rewarding enough. In the end, it's all that really matters. Because pay, we're just borrowing money anyways. All the time that we have, we're borrowing. In the end is what we did with it. Come on, load references. You're wasting my time, speaking of time. This computer. Trying to get my references of the hospital so I can see what angles need to be modified or if there's certain shapes that have to be added in.
Commander Root. Welcome to
Woo! I'm drinking. What is it? Blue Goodness. Blue Goodness. Has apples, bananas, blueberries, blackberries in it. Good. So showing up to work a half an hour early every day, on time, never calling in, has afforded me the opportunity to be able to work with the kids more and offer my leadership abilities for them to utilize. People call me crazy for going into work early, making sure I communicate with management and such. I say rubbish. There is no crazy. There's a purpose for what I do. There is a purpose for all that I do. At least I think. Learn coping models and how to deal with stressful events with the kids when they're in a state of anxiety.
It's just you putting in work to get where you want.
Yeah.
You prioritized and chose wisely. Cool story, Bob.
True. Good way to put it. Yes. Yeah, through working with kids and when they're in a state of anxiety, learn that the best way to address that situation is to just be supportive, have a supportive stance, and uh, answer any questions that they have. Um, validate their feelings.
Pete, welcome to my channel.
When they're in a state of refusal or challenging, it's important to be direct with them, give them directives, um, let them know their options and the consequences to their actions um, when they're refusing. And at that point, hopefully, you de-escalate the situation and they're able to get themselves under control. Um, if it escalates and they find themselves in a situation where they're acting out in a dangerous manner, at that point, nonviolent physical intervention is conducted. We're controlling the movement, their movement, and making sure they're not harming themselves or anybody else. For the most part, we don't have to deal with situations like that. But every once in a while we do.
Crystalline Art said, what's the age range of the children you will be with?
12 to 18. So there's two sets of pillars on this overhang on the one farthest from the building. We got a set of pillars, and then we got pillars just holding up the glass um closer to the building there. Got two awnings or whatever they're called coming from the entrances right here. Those have pillars on them holding them up. Out in the middle of the drive around, they want some sort of decorative art out there. I got a little bit of a monolith. Represent that. Monolith. And on the inside, hopefully they'll want a lot of paintings. Or just a couple big ones. So this face of the building is going to be more of a decorative situation on the outside. It's going to be more textured, more of a rock textures to blend in with the pillars that are next to the glass. I know, right? What's an easier way to do this? Okay, this will work.
Welcome to my channel.
I just got a whole bunch of Q-tips here together, and I'm just dabbing it on to the wash that I put down to lift up some of it to kind of give it that texture. Kind of holding it like that. And this underpainting would just serve as a little bit of a roadmap to follow, a little bit of a guide. Won't be a set in stone anything. I'm working on stone. But it would just serve to help me guide the paint layers or the color layers. So I'm just getting where there's some brush up here on the side. Now would be a good time to kind of represent a little bit of grass.
Crystalline art. Where did you study art?
In the museums, in grade school, while the teachers were talking, studying through practice. I'm self-taught. Self-taught through trial and error. And a lot of frustration. Well, luckily with art, you get through that frustration point fairly quick, or eventually. You eventually get through it, I guess. Should say instead of fairly quick. You eventually get through the feeling frustrated the majority of the time while you're working on your stuff too, where just every once in a while you get frustrated. Frustrated in the sense of uh the piece that you're working on isn't coming out the way that you want it to, and you don't envision or you can't see the things that need to be corrected to get it that way. So when you're working on a piece, you can't see the things that need to be fixed to make it pleasing to you, and get a little frustrating and not know where to get the answers and everything. But it doesn't last. It doesn't last. You get to a point where the majority of the time you pretty much know or can see the mistakes or the things that need to be adjusted or corrected, and it gets a little more fun. A little more fun at that point. And then when you have enough pieces under your belt, you have that confidence knowing that if you just keep working on a piece, you can eventually find a solution to the things that are serving as a barrier. If that makes any sense.
Welcome to my channel.
What are some more things I learned at that facility? Hmm. Coping model? I don't know.
Crystalline art said, well, much respect. Yeah, I usually can work through the frustration and get off on the instant gratification of progress. But every once in a while, I toss it and start again.
Yeah. It definitely understands that. Understands that. Hmm. Breakfast of champions. So my plan is to work on this a little bit,
Nina 93.
get some sleep,
Welcome to my
then go
channel.
in for that meeting. at 1. And then after that, we have a company-wide meeting. So then come back from that, get some more sleep, and then go into work. Then tomorrow morning, hopefully I'll be able to throw down a layer of color. Debating whether or not I want all of the color layers to be transparent, allowing these tones to show through, or if I'm just gonna strictly just use this as reference and just create that first layer a little bit thicker. We will see. I'm still debating back and forth what I'm gonna do. If I start with the transparent layer, I can always add a thicker layer later on if I don't like it. So maybe that's what I'll start out with.
Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to the channel. Lirab. How do you say your name? Lirab. Irit.
Crystal Art said, not very many painters on here, and you are definitely one of the best.
Thank
You are
you.
going to
I
nail
appreciate that.
meeting. Excited to see how
Thank
you
you.
play with the light with paint.
Yeah. Were you here yesterday when I was talking about that new medium that I want to try out from Natural Pigments? They have a pigment, or not a pigment. They have a um they have a medium that instead of the chalk binder, they use ground up glass, which makes it so that you can have thick paint, but also transparent. So you have transparent thick paint.
Crystal Art said, sadly, no. I had company.
Oh,
Tell me more.
yeah, I want to try it out. I want to get some and use it. It sounds really cool. Because
Crystal Art.
it's one of the unique things about oil paint is that the light goes around and bounces around. That's why it looks so much more dynamic than acrylic paints, is because the oil gives it room between the color particles for light to go in and bounce around and reflect that light back to your eye. So having more room for the light to go around and bounce around, I think it's gonna produce a pretty cool effect. Unfortunately, those effects don't always show through on um through digital means. You have to see the paintings in real life to get the real luster of it. But I'll be able to see it. I don't know if you will be able to see it, unless if you come to the studio and see it yourself in person.
That is going to look sick.
Right. Better order it now. I'll order it tonight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Crystal Art said, 40 years you are going to be in museums, and I'm going to be like, hey, I watched that guy
Yeah. Yeah, wait. Isn't that one pizza eater dude? Yeah. See, that's the trick to making good paintings. So you got to make sure that you always have pizza on hand. Because without that, I don't know. There's not much hope. That is the trick.
Stream elements. Head, back straight. Shoulders back, faster, faster.
Festa, festa. No stream elements. Mhm. Museums.
Crystalline art. Said. The pizza grease makes the colors look more dynamic.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. You know, the proof is in the pudding. You'll be able to say, starving artist is a fallacy. It's definitely not true. I seen him eat pizza. I know he was eating. There's no way he was starving. He had a luxury meal. Bread, tomatoes, cheese, pork. So,
Crystalline art.
sausage man.
Sausage man.
Yeah.
Crystalline art. Said. Judges.
So, what am I doing here? What am I doing? That is a lot of glass, isn't it? That's a lot of glass on the front of the hospital. It's a little elongated vertically because it's only the front part where the pillars are. It's only 2 stories. I mean, there's a lot of room. It's probably a little bit shorter than what it actually is here. But hey, those lens distortions happen anyways, right? Why not represent that effect in the painting? But I think these portions in the background, these are offices up here. This is the community workout area back there. And then they have therapeutic pools, just small therapeutic pools back there as well. In this section, that's about 3 stories tall. And then they got a walkway to their other office buildings off that wing. So there's 3 entrances on this front. It's one right here, right there, and then off to the side. I'm getting kind of excited to lay down the colors. I'll mix those up tonight. So that I have them for the stream tomorrow morning. So I have all the colors mixed up and I just have to worry about just throwing them down. I don't have to worry about mixing too much as I'm painting. Yeah, you think so? Good. Glad that it does. Okay. There's a sidewalk that's coming out from this exit right here. I just wipe away some of the color. Kind of represent that sidewalk right over here. It's kind of starting to blend into the background, so making this a little bit lighter will help it pop out. And again, everything would just be rendered out a little bit more and a little more recognizable as I start laying down colors, of course, because it's not just values that bring shapes or bring shapes to life, but the play between the different colors also helps things pop out, gives things different three-dimensional forms by using colors. So our eyes are most tuned into different values, but colors also play a part, play a part, play a part, play a part. Just wait. I've been up for way too long. I need to get some sleep soon. Mm-hmm. So by not using a ruler or anything like that and doing everything freehand, it allows you to get that more of a painterly effect instead of a digital or artificially rendered effect. So although all my straight lines and pillars aren't perfectly straight, it gives a more of a natural look than the artificial look that most construction has. So I enjoy that. Of course, I purely enjoy painting life subjects. So to be able to bring that look and feel into architecture, it's kind of neat. At least that's what I tell myself to keep myself motivated. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty neat. So I don't know if it's gonna work out, but this is all glass, right? In the front. Over here, I was trying to put in a little bit of a reflection of other buildings on the opposite side. And that allows me to also give it a little bit more of a dynamic effect to the curvature. Because in real life, if you didn't get that reflection or that those buildings reflecting there, this would all be light through here as well. But by adding in those dark spots gives it a little bit more of that three-dimensional effect. What I can do, I can still probably come through here and darken up the windows a little bit more down through here. Yeah, see how that goes.
Crystalline art, said. Yeah, I think harsh lines would have just dulled it down. The windows are going to make this painting entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Carlos_235.
Carlos.
Welcome to my channel.
Hmm.
Rakadoki Alts 2. Welcome to my channel.
Rakadoki
Rakadoki Alts 2. How did you manage to deal so much oil paint?
Detail. I'm sorry, I don't get the question. Do you mean dilute? How did I dilute so much oil paint? What are you asking? For this, I put down a thin layer of linseed oil.
Express detail. Rakadoki Alts 2. How did you manage to detail it so MCH? Rakadoki Alts 2.
Detailing the wash. How did I detail the wash so much? Because this is just a thin, diluted out wash of oil paint with odorless mineral spirits. Just wiped it on, and then I went in, used a lint-free rag to wipe off the lightest areas, then went back over the darkest areas using a brush to put down a little bit more paint to make it a little bit more thicker in the darkest areas. And then I used Q-tips to wipe out the detail, the smaller areas. Q-tips. It's a great tool to lift up paint off your canvas. If you ever lay down some canvas or lay down some paint in the wrong area, or you overpaint into an area that there's not supposed to be paint there, you want to lift that paint up. Q-tips do a great job of lifting that paint. You can really hone in on where the paint is that you want to lift. Other than that, lint-free rags lift paint as well. Those are the two things that I primarily use to lift and remove paint from my canvas surface. My canvas surface, or whatever surface. Or whatever surface I say. And before all the washes, I just sketched out where all the harsh lines are gonna be, to kind of represent the different shapes that I'm painting. If that makes any sense at all to you. Hopefully, I explained and answered your question correctly to your liking. Hmm. That might be as far as I can go on this right now. I'll sit here, stare at it a little bit longer. Maybe do some noodling around. That's a term that I recently picked up watching other artists. Noodling around.
Crystal Art. Thanks for subscribing.
Hey, thank you for the subscription.
Crystal Art just subscribed PogChamp.
Happy to have you along. I'm in the process of establishing a set schedule right now because of the changes at work. It's kind of up in the air. But once that settles down, I get things established at work. Be able to establish a pretty routine schedule here to stream that I can follow through with. Until then, I jump on when I can, mostly in the morning, or at least my morning, depending on where you are in the world. I am in Michigan, so that's Eastern Standard Time. Normally jump on around 7:30 or 9. Normally I'm on for 3 hours. Today I will not be on that long because I have meetings this afternoon. Have to get some sleep. Hopefully dogs won't be barking and keeping me up like they did last night.
Take your time, my dude. I'm a morning person in Baltimore. It's also west.
Baltimore. How is Baltimore? I've never been there.
Crystal Art said you would love the museums. Not to mention Micah, which is the fine art college. I'm
Huh.
taking a few summer courses there.
Fun. Summer courses. I was thinking about taking some summer classes up here in Michigan, mainly because if you're a mandatory worker, or what do they call it, required worker, mandatory worker. Well, in the state of Michigan, if you were required to work during the shutdown, our governor offered everybody free tuition for community college. So I'm like, what would be some fun classes to take? Well, I decided we better just spend that time streaming, interacting with people such as you. Spend that time creating new paintings and sharing that primarily. That's my plan and I'm sticking to it. I'm glad that I have in this OBS broadcasting software on my computer here. It allows me to get a small thumbnail perspective of my painting by looking at the stream window here. So I keep looking back and forth and on my monitor up here to get that thumbnail perspective that allows me to be able to stay up here in front of the camera, in front of my painting without walking to the back of the room to get that smaller perspective. Some painters, if you're watching, you'll see that occasionally they'll keep walking back and forth, stepping back from their canvas to get that new perspective. But hey, I'm more than willing to use technology to help me achieve the same thing.
Crystalline art said, free tuition is awesome though. I'm mostly trying to learn watercolor and taking a landscape painting course.
Oh, nice, nice.
Extreme elements said, back straight, shoulders back, faster, faster.
Hey, and Q-tips are fun to flick at your canvas every once in a while too. Gotta have fun.
Crystalline art. Tips great for everything but cleaning your ears.
Yeah. You actually hear a lot of doctors say, "Don't try not to use Q-tips. Use water. Clean out your ears." Them doctors think they know everything. They know nothing. I kid. Okay. So back here in the offices, these are windows I'm trying to render out.
Community showcase. Welcome to my channel. Bloodluster. Welcome to my channel.
So yeah, having windows on this side too. I just render those windows out, render the form out with color. When I use color. When I get around to using color. I'm wiping away the top part of these pillars in the background. Not the whole thing, because I want the pillars closer to you to be lighter. Just wiping out the tops to kind of separate them from the background. Or to kind of separate them from the overhang portion. Otherwise, it would kind of blend in. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. This will really get fun once when I get around to actually laying color down. So again, there's windows over here. So where those windows are, it's an outlook from where the track is. They have a track going around the whole gym on the top floor, I believe it is. They also have windows around so you can see out, shining that light in. Hmm.
Crystalline art said, rooftop track sounds awesome. Not enough to make me want to run, but very cool though.
Right? So putting in the I gotta remember when you're working with windows or anything reflective that you gotta reflect the other objects within your painting onto that surface. So made sure I'm representing a little bit of a reflection from the pillar right here. But it's okay to forget every once in a while too. Paintings don't have to be perfect. One of the beauties, one of the beautiful things about paintings. Even if you go and look at the old masters and such, the best painters of the world, you can see little flaws, things that aren't perfect. But it's just proof that you don't have to be perfect to be great. Hmm.
Crystalline art said, cool story, Bob. Cool story, Bob. Cool story, Bob. Tell me more encouraging things with a mouthful of pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is rendering out quite nicely. Quite nicely indeed, sir. Mm-hmm. Actually lifted some. That actually lifted some paint when I threw the Q-tip. Good for everything but cleaning your ears.
It's a liner. You need a catchphrase for when you throw things at your canvas.
Would be a good. What would be a good catchphrase? Right. Had quite enough of you. Had quite enough of you, canvas. Take this. No, that would be too long of a catchphrase.
It's a liner. Said. I just keep other people's phrases. We gotta let this form organically.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Mm. What do I want to do now? Q-tip.
It's a liner. Said. Your might be solved correctly.
mic. Quit being crackly. This mic is weird. It does that for some reason every once in a while, where it doesn't register properly. Well, here we go. Hopefully, let me know if the crackling persists, and I'll have to do something about that. But I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in, just like a computer. You ever having computer issues? First thing they say, did you try shutting it down and turn it back on? Good, good. Yeah. Technology, right? When it goes wrong, not if it goes wrong. So this mic, the Wave microphone, is boasted because of its software. The software helps create more control and whatnot. But anyways, it's boasted because of the software, and I think it's the software that's causing it to not work. One of those boxes that you control the audio with. Then it goes into the computer. You can just use they just use a USB port. It goes straight into your computer. Then you use software to modify the signal that's coming in and out. But I think it's that software that's causing it to mess up every once in a while. And there's no way of knowing unless if you're monitoring your audio, or get someone like you that lets me know. But oftentimes people will hear that and think it's just their computer. So, but I'm glad that it's coming through better now. Did it just start crackling, or has it always been crackling for this stream?
Crystal Art said, no, I just started like 10 minutes ago.
That's so weird because I haven't done anything on the computer. It just started doing that. Like nothing has changed. It just decided, well, I'm gonna stop working right now. Technology, you gotta love it. Digital technology. Mechanical technology is a lot more reliable. But a lot more rudimentary as well. That is why I would not necessarily trust a self-driving car, because when glitches happen, not if glitches happen. Anyways, I think I'm done for this done for this session. I'll come back. I'll mix up all of the different the paints that the primary colors that I'm gonna be using. And then I'll just mix the values as I'm painting. So I'll get all the main base colors all mixed up tonight, and I'll have those all set to go. So I'll basically need a set of browns for the represent the wood, the lighter browns to represent the rocks, blue for the sky and windows.
Welcome to my channel.
And then mix up a set of greens for the grass and brush in this this painting. And then I'll need, I already have my sets of grays pre-mixed. So I have values from 1 to 10 pre-mixed in grays. I have my grayscale paint. So I'll use that, the grays in the driveway here and the sidewalk and the pillar, or this decorative pillar thing right here. So again, it's gonna be a brownish red for the awning part and sides of the building, blue for the windows and sky, greens for the background, the shrubbery or bushes and grass and such, and then grays for the driveway and sidewalk. I'm thinking about maybe putting a tree like that's hanging into the frame right here. That's gonna be like, would be a lot closer to you, just hanging, the branches hanging off here. They add a little bit more dynamic play in here instead of like creating a dynamic sky. Just use that leaves and branches right there. Maybe I'll put a tree up right here as well, because the main focus isn't going to be on this walkway. 2020. You got here too late. This is okay.
Crystal Leinart said, I love me a good tree.
You love you a good tree? Yeah, okay, maybe I definitely will do that then. You love that phrase? Maybe definitely. Maybe I'll definitely do that. We will see, absolutely. It is a certain possibility.
Dream element said, back straight, shoulders back, faster, faster.
All right, well, hope to see you tomorrow when I start laying down that color. Not tomorrow, maybe one of the other sessions when I can utilize that that new medium that I'm gonna order tonight. I won't forget. Yeah. And I'm gonna get some rest for that meeting later today, which will go great. No worries. They're the ones that are benefiting the most. So I just have to show up. But thank you for being here. I'm glad you were able to make it. And I'll see you next time, right? I would do a raid. But my computer's not working.
Get some sleep, then go get that promotion. Then come paint me a happy tree tomorrow.
Yes, that is the plan. That is definitely the plan. Well, okay, I'll talk to you later.